Hi, I'm Lori Hartley, and this is my final presentation for Family 498R Family Internship Program. Tonight I'm going to be talking about my internship experience. First of all, where did I work for my internship? This is Claude G. Perkins Elementary School. It's in North Las Vegas, Nevada. It is a Title I elementary school. What Title I means is that there's a special government program set out that helps subsidize low-income demographic areas because they found there's a direct correlation to low income and educational area where they're at. Now, how did I come about this internship? Well, let me introduce you to Marie. This is Marie. How I met Marie is her husband taught 2 of my kids in high school, and he also coached 2 of my sons. Now, it's important to bring this up because it leads me into something else I want to talk about. I want to talk about the importance of networking. Not networking to step on toes or anything like that, but sincerely going out to meet people and finding out how you can bless their lives. There's some good programs out there for networking, especially in social media these days. And we're going to interrupt this presentation to talk about networking for just a minute. One of the most important networking sites is LinkedIn, and this is a great one, especially for people in the employment, experience. There's also some on BYU's sites. And even within my own major, there's one for BYU online students for marriage and family studies. So there's a lot of them for BYU, and they're a good way to make connections with other people. Now, what I do at my job is, with this Title I funding, which is a federal grant, I am able to work with kids who are behind in their reading skills and fluency. And so I do not have my own class per se, but I go and I pull out kids from every other class that are low or they're struggling. And we work in small groups, usually about 1 to 8 every day of the week, and maybe just for 20 to 30 minute blocks at a time to give them just that extra added boost that they need to learn how to read and to catch up with their grade level. Now, I want to show you a little example of what one of my lessons might look like. Now, we're going to assume that this group of children coming in already know their alphabet and know their sounds. And we're going to try to gain them some confidence, teaching them to read. So we're going to start out with am. And we're going to make sure they understand an is am. Now, because they know the other sounds already, we're going to show them that they can read a word by putting the sound of b with an, bam. We would continue and do that with each word. This is a really simple thing to do with the kids. It's repetitive, they catch on quick, and they're also able to start forming some of their own words when they recognize the patterns and the rhyming going on. We could do the same thing. Here's one more example with at. That's just a little bit of a lesson that I might do with some of my students. Now, besides working with these kids, because of some of my extra licenses I have, like I carry CPR and I've also taught special ed, I'm able to teach PE if they need me. I do a lot of testing with children, both individually and in small groups. They send me in to help in the lunchroom every day. I go directly into the classes sometimes to cover for the teachers if they have to go do training or testing one-on-one. And I'm also qualified to work in special education. I've had several years' experience there. Because of this, I'm an added asset to this school because I can fill any position there as far as teaching goes. Now, what are the benefits? This is my name badge that I need to wear, and we want to talk about some of the benefits. How did I benefit personally from this experience? Well, I benefited because I was surrounded with great teachers who were great examples and mentors to me. And I've learned so much from them. They each have their own unique styles, but I've seen how any unique style can still be successful. Some of the things that I've learned from them have been patience, creativity, caring, and diligence, professionalism, and resourcefulness. One thing that I wanted to talk about was that I learned directly from the stages of development that there are, that sometimes we can read these in a book and then we need to make concessions for real life experiences. So we have the norm. We might refer to Erikson or Kohlberg or Freud or Piaget and their stages of development in children. But it doesn't always mean that we can go in and expect each child that we're working with to fit in this cookie cutter mold. As far as my internship, I give it an A+. It's been a great experience for me, and I've learned a lot there. Now, the best part of it was I decided I wanted to do a little more than my normal job. So I decided to create and organize a family resource night. I felt the best way that I could help some of the students was to help their families in our community find out about the resources available to them. So I called it Family Resource Night. Who are the people in your neighborhood? I went out in the neighborhood and got a hold of people. We have a brand new park in the neighborhood by the school, a really nice park. We have a community rec center, and then I went to some of the stores around there, and I went to the police, and I went to the fire department. I went to the Discovery Children's Museum. Then I went to resources that would help with taxes, that would help with finances and banking, that would help them learn how to get free classes in English, that would help them learn how to buy a house, help them learn about insurance, help them learn about, trying to think what else. There's one called 211, which is a Nevada emergency number. If there's a family that's hungry or out on the street or something that has run into dire circumstances, they can call this number and they'll be able to get help really quickly. So there was all these resources. As I started to research them, I found out about more and more. This is one of the flyers I handed out, and this gives you a little bit of the ideas of some of the people that were there. We also had people doing fingerprinting there, consumer credit counseling. One of my most exciting, I'll tell you about in a minute, was the eyeglass. I wanted to make sure everyone's health care needs were met, so I had medical, dental, and eye people bring in. They came in and they covered all those areas. So there's resources for these low-income families that they don't need to go without. And we have so many students who are struggling. We think they can't read, but they can't see. The children can't see. So that was a big one. And I'm going to show you a picture. This was great. This man brought this whole mobile unit. This is a self-contained unit that comes with a doctor and an optometrist. The children can go in here completely free of charge, get their eye exam taken care of, and there's a store right in there where they can pick out their very own glasses. This is all funded by private donation. This is a picture of inside his mobile unit. And then I just wanted to show you some of the other people that came. We had the fire, and this is the representative from North Las Vegas Police. We had UNLV Dental School represented, and they came and handed out toothbrushes and toothpaste and floss to everybody. I also had a woman from Discovery Museum who came and brought activities for the children to do that night. And this is a group of all the participants that were there. At the end of the night, we just gathered them up. We had about 150 people there, and the people that did come said they were really glad that they came. And the participants did as well, because they got to network with each other. And I know that there was some that set up to do further events together. Now, one of the highlights of the night was I asked everyone to contribute a little something so we could have a drawing. I was just thinking something simple, small, you know, a box of cookies from the Girl Scouts, which they gave several. But our big one was by the local park, the brand new park, gave a $600 party package out. So that was a big event. We had about over $1,000 in prizes given out that night, so the families that were there were thrilled. This was the highlight of my internship. I met so many people doing this, and I learned so much by organizing this event. So this was a great ending to my schooling and a great beginning to my future. Thank you.